Hello, welcome back to another episode. So we are less than 4 weeks out. So yesterday was 4 weeks out from State Show. I just can't believe how quickly this is going. This is fucked. So this morning had a new low. So what was I this morning? I think I was 56.4, so down 300 grams from yesterday, and that is my new low of this prep. So what have I been up to today? I've been fairly busy actually. So Liam and I went for a nice walk. I think it was about 30 to 40 minutes. Got a coffee, which was really lovely, and had some breakfast, just had some lunch, and now just doing a little bit of meal prep. So today is Sunday. I've had a few client check-ins as well. Just got one more to go and then I am done for the day. So I actually recorded for you guys on Thursday, and I think that was on my second or third carb up day, but I was actually really fatigued, and I felt like I was just really half-assing my energy in the video. So I'm actually just redoing it today. I will actually show you my full body workout from that day though, because I'm not training today. So I figured I would give you that video, but yeah, I kind of just didn't really like my energy, and I'm all about like positive vibes, good energy and stuff, and I just didn't want to kind of half-ass my video in a way. So we are recording today. But yeah, as I said, today I am meal prepping, cleaning the house and stuff, did a bit of washing as well. So I've been fairly busy, but super productive, which is really nice. Just always feel really fulfilled from a productive day. So this week we had a mock peak week. So basically we did a 3-day fat load followed by a 4-day carb up, and I will display for you how I was looking. So this will kind of be like my show day look, but again, we're just going to play it by ear and just kind of see what the other competitors look like as well. So State Show for us is going to be the very last one before Nationals. So I guess we're just going to kind of see how everyone else is looking and then kind of decide what we do from there. But yesterday I wasn't allowed to drink any water. I wasn't allowed to walk around or anything like that. So I was just sitting at work, just like dying of thirst, because I had to do a morning check-in and then an afternoon check-in around 3 p.m ish, because that's kind of when I'll be stepping on stage. And yeah, so I was like running off like 200 mils of water. So yeah, yesterday was a little bit of a struggle. Still managed to hit my 15k steps after my check-in, but I probably only drank like 3 liters of water when I usually drink about 5. So I was thirsty. Woke up with a massive headache as well. Like, I just can't even imagine going out drinking anymore. Like the fact that I was like struggling just from 3 liters of water or whatever, like I'm like, oh, I could not imagine being that same person that I was like a couple years back. But anyway, we're getting off track. So yeah, I feel like I had to update you guys with something, but I am feeling really human at the moment, which is so nice. So I always find with a carb up, it's usually the first and second day you feel like really sluggish, a bit tired, and then it's like the day after the 3 or 4 days you feel really good. So at the moment we're now just kind of like maintaining. So I've got no cardio, which is crazy. So yeah, Taylor thinks we can just kind of maintain this look now. So we've got no cardio. I've still got 15k steps, and my calories are, I think they're about 1900. Yeah, about 1900. So I'm still on 245 grams of carbs, which is amazing. And I don't have any low days or high days anymore. They're kind of just like my normal days, and I'm training at 75% intensity as well. I'm going to show you a little bit of my meal prep today as well. So you would have seen I had overnight wheat bix this morning. So I'm going to make that for tomorrow shortly. So I'll show you how I make that, and it is just delicious. But I will tell you what I put in there, because I kind of like, it's annoying setting up the camera and then trying to talk to it and stuff. So I'll just tell you what's in it. I'll even display it here for you, because I know some people have asked for like the recipe and stuff. So I've got 3 wheat bix, so that's equivalent to about 45 grams. I always make sure I weigh it just so that way I'm getting the perfect macros. I've got 60 mils of cashew milk, 50 grams of blueberries, 35 grams of casein custard, 9 grams of ABC spread, and 60 grams of banana. And can I just say, I am obsessed with ABC spread. Like ever since that fat load, oh, so fucking good. Like I love my almond butter as well, but ABC spread's just, and it's really good from Woolies as well. Like it's just really smooth and creamy. Anyway, and then my lunch was about 393 calories. So I had 70 grams of a salad pack 45 grams uncooked weight of jasmine rice, 12 grams of AVC spread for the fat on top, and then 140 grams of chicken breast. I'll just show you what one it is. So you just get this from Coles. So it's like a little chicken pre-flated pack thing. Got a little bit of sauce on me. But it's like really good macros. It's only got like a gram of fat in there. It's got a little bit of carb just from the seasoning and like the sauce and stuff, but it's only like a gram as well. So really insignificant, super macro friendly, and it just tastes amazing, and it doesn't go dry because it's just been like marinating. So I've got some of that in the air fryer now for the next couple of days. My next day off is Thursday, so I'm just cooking Monday to Wednesday, just because sometimes on Thursdays I like to cook whatever I'm kind of feeling like on the day, because I've got a little bit more flexibility, a bit more time up my sleeve to make some beautiful fresh meals. So that was lunch, and then I'm going to start preparing in advance my third meal of the day. So it's kind of like a cheeseburger bowl. So I think it was in some of my older vlogs. I used to really love this meal, so I'm bringing that back. And then the next 2 meals is just some rice flour. So that'll be like pre and post workout meal. So I think that's all I had to ramble about for now. But I'm going to get started on my meal prep now, going to continue with that, and I will see you shortly. Alrighty, so here you can see I have got some potato, rice, chicken, and some beef mince. So, gonna have next meal soon? 3 o'clock. So it's 2:30 now, going to have next meal soon. So that is going to have beef mince, what's it called? Potatoes, lettuce, and some mustard. So that is my next meal, but this is my food for the next couple of days. So I just like to pre-cook as much as I can, so up until Wednesday, and I will just store in the fridge and freezer accordingly. But I like to just, so basically the way I cook is like, if I'm having 140 grams of chicken, I like to multiply that by 4 and then weigh it once it's cooked, and then just portion evenly for my meals. So that's like the simplest way of doing that. And simple way of cooking your potatoes, you literally just like pierce them with a fork and microwave them, and then you don't have to add any oil or anything like that, and just put like a tiny bit of water in the bowl that you're microwaving. But I'm going to start portioning, and then it will be time for my next meal. Alrighty, third meal is in. Liam had a big bowl of salad. So Liam's on a fat load now, which is what I did early this week. Was it this week? No, this week. It was the end of last week, start of this week. So yeah, thought I would touch on the fat load and everything like that. So I did touch on it in the last video, but I'm redoing that. So just touching on it again. But it's crazy, like with the fat load, you don't feel hungry because the fats are so satiating and so slow digesting, but you feel so fatigued from the lack of carbs.
It's weird for me because I've been on the no carbs anyway, so I feel better.
Yeah.
Because now that I've got I had trace fats, trace carbs, so I was only eating protein basically.
Yeah.
And now that my carbs are still pretty well traced, but because my fats are now at 100 and then 125 and then 130, or 120, 125, 130. I think that's how it's working. But I think I basically went into like ketosis.
Yeah.
And now that I actually have fats as an energy source, I feel kind of decent.
Yeah.
And the meals taste amazing. So it's like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of tuned because I go from this and then I go to carbs.
All right, anyway, yeah, so I personally, like, I low-key love the low-carb meals. Like, I love the high fats, and, like, obviously, like, Liam has a lot of salmon, but my protein was still fairly low, so I was just having, like, nut butters and stuff like that. But I personally, like, love the low-carb meals. Like, I love filling my plate with, like, veggies and salad and fruit and stuff. But yeah, you just feel like fatigued from the lack of carbs. And then when the carbs came in, my fats were really low, so I was almost hungrier and I felt sluggish. But then after the last day, I felt really good. But it's hot. But we are on the way to the shops now, just picking up a few things, just like blueberries and chives and shit like that. Just some random bits and pieces. So I like to space out my meals as evenly as possible. So I try and eat like every 3 hours. So first meal is usually about 9 a.m. and then 12, 3, and then I usually have my pre-workout meal about 6ish, and then post-workout meal at 9ish. So that's like during the week when I'm working. I just find it's best for your digestion, and yeah, you just kind of even out the day, I guess. So I like to have 50% of my carbs surrounding pre and post-workout, and then I like to have my carbs quite even in all of the other meals, just so that way there's less variables, and again, it's helping my digestion as well. And same as your fats and your carbs, like, you're wanting to make it as even as possible to promote better digestion. But usually pre-workout, I don't really put any protein in there, 'cause I feel like my protein's fairly low, so I like to save more protein for post-workout and then all of the other meals.
Yo, man.
Yummy! Look at that. Yum.
Fucking
Alrighty, we are getting a decaf coffee because we feel like it. I actually love our coffee. So we had a coffee this morning. We got a warm one today actually. It's a little bit different. We usually go for ice long. So we're going to grab this. We've got some yummy syrups at home, so we'll add that in. And then have our next meal around 5:30ish. I do need to get my steps up, so I'm probably going to do a little bit more client work just while walking on our little treadmill as well. And then just kick our feet up. Coffee connoisseur.
Coming right up.
Show us the syrup. So that is the syrup we're going with. Got that skinny syrup. Yum. Cheers. Oh my god, that's so fucking good. So I never used to have sweetener or anything in my coffee.
When you met me.
Yeah, Liam has corrupted me. Now I'm on the sweeteners. They're so fucking good. So we've got, what have we had? We got chocolate coconut macaron. We've got vanilla cream, soda caramel, mocha, mint choc. So we've got a bit of a collection here. So good. I'm going to enjoy this and do a little bit more client work. Need to get my steps up. And then we're actually going to see a movie. So we're going to see the Scream movie. So I need to prepare my last meal to take there. Also, I'm going to show you how to make the overnight wheat bix shortly as well. Is how you make my overnight wheat bix. So I make it a little bit different to others. So I like to mix banana into the wheat bix because it just softens it a little bit and makes it really nice and sweet. And then I actually top it with some casein custard instead of yogurt, just because I had like lots left at home, but also it's really slow digesting. A little bit of almond butter on the top will help slow the digestion as well. So I'm going to go through all of the supplements that I take. Just because I figured I've already got this out, and I did have someone reach out just asking about all the supplements that I do take. So the first thing that I start the day off is with some Vitality Switch. So that's just a greens powder. I usually just mix that up the night before I go to bed, and then it's just ready for me in the morning. I like to be super organized, so that way I'm just preventing any anxiety in the morning, and everything's just kind of ready for me and it keeps me accountable. So that is the first thing that I have. And then you would have seen that I added in some glutamine into the casein custard. So I have that, I try and have it, I don't know, just whenever I'm mixing something, but that is for recovery and digestion. And then casein custard, so I don't usually have this every day, but I will have that whenever I am having overnight Weet-Bix. And then I have some sugarless vitamin C. So I stopped taking vitamin C for a while, but then I started getting a really sore throat only a few days ago, so I got back on top of that. And then pre-workout, I take a non-stim, so I don't have any stimulant pre-workouts. I find they make me anxious, and also I typically always train at nighttime and I don't want it to affect my sleep. So that is like the best pump formula I've ever had. You can really feel the effects of the beta-alanine. And then I also have magnesium and vitamin C. So I typically just have that just before bed. I was having fish oil and multivitamin as well, but I find that they repeat on me and they make me feel really sick. So I'm just having those at the moment. And then I always have some isolate protein. So I just have this with my post-workout meal. Pretty much always just have Rule 1 isolate. That's like the best one in my opinion. Even Dymatize as well, or Primobolix is really good, but typically just Rule 1, that's like the GOAT. And then my last supplement of the day is Adrenal Switch. So I have that every single night before bed. I typically mix it up when I get home before I go to gym, and that way it's nice and cold and it's kind of smooth, because I find it doesn't really mix smoothly. So I just mix it before the gym and then it's just ready for me when I get home. But I have that every night before bed. It's a magnesium support formula, so it's going to help you sleep, it's going to help you recover, relieve any cramps. But that is all the supplements that I take. Next meal is some rice flour with mashed banana in there, cinnamon, sugar-free maple, Lindt choc, and some blueberries. Alrighty, last meal of the night is going to be some rice flour. So that topping on the top is melted Lindt chocolate with some choc fudge isolate. So I put that on top of the rice flour with mashed banana and blueberries. So the first rice flour that I had before would have been my pre-workout meal, and then this will be my post-workout meal. So I'm going to display or show my full body session from the other day, and then I'm going to leave you there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
So it's clearer, hoping there's still time. Let me find a way. Oh, maybe I felt stuck in my cruise.